Hi there, I am A.G. Arana. It is observed that sometimes web designers have problems in aligning the height of different columns on a page on account of uneven content in each of the columns. There are different methods to align the contents of a column to a uniform height. I had brought out a video last year titled How to Create Equal Height Columns in Bootstrap 4 using Bootstrap and Flexbox. In this video, we will see how to align the contents of a column using CSS Grid. CSS Grid is not a separate software that you need to download. In fact, it is incorporated in the existing CSS itself. It's easy and fast. Like here you can see that all the 4 columns, contents of all 4 columns are equally aligned, although the content is uneven. I will take the same example of my earlier video for creating the equal height column using CSS Grid instead of Bootstrap components like container, row and columns for aligning the contents of columns. I will, however, be using Bootstrap for navigation and carousel. Let's see how we can do that. First of all, go to your desktop and open a folder. I have already opened a folder by the name Equal Height Columns. And inside this folder, I have already copied the images folder. Like we have this 4 images under 4-col and then 3 images for the slider for the carousel. Now, having opened this folder, now go to the text editor. Like I will be using Sublime Text as my text editor. You can use any text editor of your choice because the code works in all of them. Now this is the HTML code for my earlier video on how to create equal height column in Bootstrap 4. As you can see that I am using Bootstrap version 4.3.1. Now that it is updated, I will be updating this Bootstrap CSS. For that, go to getbootstrap.com, the official website of Bootstrap. And if you go to the introduction part, in the documentation, in the introduction, you have the CSS CDN version. You just copy the code, then paste it here. So this considers the CDN of Bootstrap 4.5.0. Similarly, going down to the JavaScript, let's remove this 4.3.1 version and then again go to the JS part and then copy this JavaScript code and then paste it. Okay. So now we have the Bootstrap code in place. Next, we correct the link to say style sheet of CSS/style.css. So first create a CSS style sheet. To do that, first let's open a blank file and then come and save as. Here we open a new folder and name it CSS, and inside this folder we will say style.css. So we have the style sheet ready and this style sheet is linked here. Thereafter, the title, let's correct the title. Let's say equal height column using CSS Grid. This is give this title, and then since I will not be using Bootstrap containers, rows and columns, so let me remove this containers, all the containers that are there in this example. Okay, there are 2 more containers here, and these containers also remove it. And coming down to the bottom here, let's remove the row in the container and also the container and row here, these two, and also the column. Let's remove this and then align the contents. Okay, this should be fine. So now that we have removed the containers and columns, let's save this file. Coming to save as, and in the equalite columns, let's save this file as index.html. Save. The file is saved as index.html. Now let's come and have a look at it from the browser. I'll be using Firefox as the browser. Now you can see we have the navigation here and the carousel. And after that, we have a Jumbotron heading, and then the images, heading, text, and buttons. Now you can see that these 4 columns are not aligned uniformly. In the third column, you can see that there is extra text. As a result of that, the buttons are unevenly aligned. So our job is to align all 4 columns uniformly, including the buttons. Let's see how to do that. Like if you look at the original, you can see we have the brand name in the navigation bar and the navigation item along with the drop down, and the background of the navigation bar is blue. So coming to the CSS now, first let's use the CSS reset, that removing all the paddings and margins, padding 0 and margin 0, and box sizing, we'll say border box, border dash box. Okay, this is the CSS reset. After that, let's use the nav bar for giving it a background color. Let's define it a background. Here I'll say 1275FB, a blue color. Save it. And now if I come and refresh the browser, you can see we have the blue color for the navigation bar, but the text is not visible, both for the brand name as well as for the navigation items. So let's give the navigation text items and the brand name color. So for that, giving the navigation items color, so let's use this class of collapse navbar collapse. Paste it here and then give it a class navbar collapse, and then we'll say UL, LI, and anchor item links. These links we want the color to be say white. Save it, and now if you refresh, you find for the navigation items we have white color. Similarly for the brand, navbar brand, like I have the class of navbar brand here. So here paste it and then give it a class, and then the same color. Let's copy this code and paste it here. We want the color to be white. Save it, and now if you look at it, like you have the brand name and the navigation item. Now coming to the drop down, you can see the background is plain. The drop down items are not visible. To make the drop down item visible, we have to select the class of drop down, and inside that we have the drop down menu, and inside that we have drop down items. So let's target all of them. Like if I say drop down and a class of drop down menu, and also a class of drop down item. Here I want the color to be say 222, blackish. Save it, and then if you refresh now, and if you come and look at it, like you have the navigation items. Now this is the navigation bar. Now if I look at it from the responsive way, you can see we have the now brand name in the left side and the drop down menu along with the drop downs. So this is for the smaller viewports. Let's see further now. Now that the navigation bar is completed, the carousel is fine, it's working fine. And the heading, equal height columns using Bootstraps and CSS Grid. I have already changed the heading to how to create equal height columns using Bootstraps and CSS Grid. Now let's come to the 4 columns. Now coming to the HTML, if you come down, you can see that we are using earlier a row and column along with the container. So I am going to change these classes. Instead of row and equal height columns, which I had used earlier, now I will open a section for this. Say section ID will be equal dash columns. Now this section, I close it after the 4 columns are completed. So here I'll close the section. Yeah. Okay. Now that I've opened the section, so next, the class that is row and equal height column earlier, I'll change this to only columns. Because I am using CSS grid, this will be the parent column, and the next one will be the child column. So the child column will be, let's say, column 1. I am going to have 4 columns. The first one I am going to name it as column 1. So this columns, the class of columns, as you can see, is for all the 4 of them, and this is known as the parent element, and then this is called a child element. So this is column 1. Inside this equal column content, this is not required, this div will remove it, and this will be column 1. Okay, so this is column 1. Now coming to the second one, let's name this as column 2, column dash 2, and this div will remove it. And this will be column 2. Okay. Similarly, coming to the third one, this will name it as say column 3. Next one will remove, and this one also will remove, and this will say column 3, and the last one will say column 4, and this div will remove, and here also will remove this, and this will be column 4, and last already is the closure of columns, and then the section. So this is the code for the equal columns now, which we are going to use for CSS grid. Let me align the contents a little. Right. Now that we have the contents for all the 4 columns, save it. Now if I look at the browser, see, this is how the content will look. At this stage you may start wondering, when all these columns were aligned earlier, how they are now going one below the other. That is because we have removed the row and the columns. Because we are going to use CSS grid, because we have removed the row and the column, the contents are going one below the other. Let's see how to deal with them next. Now by using CSS grid, we need to align these contents. Let's see how to do that. So coming to the CSS, let's first give it a narration, like this is equal columns. Okay, here first let's take that ID of equal columns. And first let's give it a padding. I will say 1 rem to the top, 0 to the right, say 3 rem to the bottom, and 0 on the left. And thereafter the div class of columns. Coming to the div class of columns, let's copy this and paste it here. Now this is the parent column. So for that, let's give the CSS grid code. Let's say display, say grid, and then Next is grid template column. If you give it a shortcut GTC, it gives you grid template columns, and we want 4 columns. So we say repeat 4, 1FR. This will provide me 4 columns, and then we'll also say grid gap. I'll say 1 rem, and we want the text to be aligned to the center, and also a padding of say 1 rem to the top and bottom, 2 rems on the left and right. Okay, save this. So if I look at it in the browser now, if I refresh the browser at this stage and see, you can see the columns are now aligned, but only the alignment of the contents is the issue. Otherwise, by just grid, the columns are aligned. Now you need to align the individual child element. So for that, let's target each of these columns. Let's say first say column class column 1, comma, then say class column dash 2, comma, and then say class column 3, comma, and then say class column 4. In all the 4 columns, if I say display grid, now what will happen? You can see all the 4 columns are now equally aligned. The moment I said the child display grid, all of them are equally aligned, even though the text is misaligned here. So how to align this further? Now you can see the buttons are larger here and the buttons are smaller here. So that we need to now correct. So for that, let's come to the buttons. Now these buttons which are the full width, let's first select those buttons. So for the buttons, we have the class of say BTN. So let's select the class of BTN. We will say width, we'll keep it at only 50% because we want the button to be smaller. And since we are reducing the width, let's align the margin to 0 and auto so that the buttons will be aligned to the center. Now you can see immediately the buttons have become smaller. So next, you can see in the image here that column 1, column 2 and column 4, the buttons are larger, whereas the column 3, the button is smaller. So we have to target these 3 columns, that is column 1, column 2 and column 4 with the button. Like I say first column 1 class button, then we have the class of column 2 class BTN, and then column 4 BTN. These 3 columns, we are targeting them now. We will say margin to the top. Let's say 3.2 rem. Save it, and now if you refresh, you can see that all the contents are properly aligned. Now these images look a little larger, so we can even target those images to reduce their size. So for that, let's use the columns and say images, the columns IMG, and we'll restrict the width to say 250 pixels and the height so also to 250 pixels, and we want the images to align to the center, so we say margin 0 and auto. Now if I refresh this, you can see the images have become smaller. And then lastly, we target the footer. Now that we have aligned these columns, you can see how easy it is to align these columns using CSS Grid. Now coming to the footer, first let's give this class, additional class of say footer, and here we target the class of footer, and we say first a background. The same background we'll say 1275B, a blue background, and then also a padding of say 1.5 rem to top and bottom and 0 on the left and right. Save all, and then come and refresh the browser. You can see we have the blue background, but the text is not visible. So let's target the text. For that, we use this class of copyright. And here we say color would be white. Save it and refresh. Here we are. So this is how you can align the 4 columns using CSS Grid. Next, we will see how this page will look in the different viewports. Since I am using Firefox, if I give the shortcut command Ctrl Shift and M, I will get the responsive layout of the page. Like we have the brand name on the left side and the menu on the right side. First of all, let's change the color of the text menu. To do that, we need first create a media query for a smaller viewport. Let's say @media, and here we say max width. Let me take say 575 pixel, the smallest viewport, and for the menu item, which is under the class of Navbar toggler. So let's target this class, dot and paste it here, and then say the color we want it to be white. Save it, and then if I refresh now, you can see that the color is changed to white. So next, the carousel is okay, it's working fine, and then the heading also is okay. If you want, you can slightly reduce the font size, but I'll keep it as it is. But the columns, 4 columns, this is something we need to make a change. And because this is a smaller viewport, we need to keep it 1 column per row. So to do that, we'll target this parent class of say column. And as you can see, we had set display grid and grid template columns 4 in the full width, whereas here in the smallest viewport, we need to slightly change that. The grid template column, so here we will say only 1 FR, that means a single column instead of 4 columns. If I save this now and then come and refresh, now you can see it has changed to 1 column per row. Let's do some little customization to this for better presentation. So the image size, let's say column IMG, the width of the images, so say 80%, say margin 0 and auto, and let's also keep the height of the image to be auto. Save it. Now if you come and refresh, you see the image is slightly size is increased, and the button, for a smaller viewport, this button will look too large. So, and plus also we have the paddings here, like you can see for the equal columns, the idea of equal columns, we had given paddings. So that we'll have to reduce it now. For smaller viewports, we don't need so much of padding. So we will make padding here as 0. And then coming to the buttons, let us use that class of BTN and reduce the width to say 40%, and also specify margin 0 and auto. Save it, and now if you refresh, you can see that the buttons have become smaller, the height has come down. So this is how it will look in the smallest viewport. Now if the margin here is much higher, since we had given 3.2 rem for these columns, so let's come down here and reduce that. We'll make it to say 0.5 rem instead of 3.2 rem. Make it 0.5 rem, and you find the buttons are coming closer. So this will be 575 pixels. Now if you go slightly higher, and then you find it again turning into 4 columns. So for that we can define another viewport. You say @media and we say min width, say 576 pixels, and max width, let's keep it up to say 991 pixels. And here we'll target that class of columns, and we will keep them as 2 columns per row instead of 1. Save it, and then if you refresh the browser now, you will see there are 2 columns for slightly larger viewports, and then they will go to 4 columns as we increase the size. So this is how the content will respond to the various viewports. So I hope this tutorial was useful. Thank you.